is Jovi, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. How are you all doing today? Okay. Please, on your way in, don't forget to like this video. Like it now, because you're going to forget to like it later. All right. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow. Please subscribe. Yeah. And so today's story, before I even begin the daily maintenance, today we have two stories I want to talk about. Y'all know a couple of our members were in other people's chats last night. And I jumped all the way in King Payne, the official King Payne's chat, when he was having a discussion with Aaliyah's quote unquote daughter. Okay, I'm gonna say quote unquote because we're gonna have this conversation. All right. So I want to discuss that today, as well as how being the writer is taking a hard L, and how Halle is about to learn that lesson. I really don't want her to, but she's an Aries allegedly, and sometimes a hard head makes a soft ass, and lessons have to be learned on their own. Now, before we even get into all of that, let's get into the maintenance. Hey DC, hey everyone. Okay, let's just get into our maintenance and let's get it going. Now, you already know to join the Jovi Beauty Show. Here we are, the Jovi B Show. If you have not noticed, I changed the name of the channel, okay? We are no longer Jovi Beauty. That's who I am, okay? This is now the Jovi B Show, hosted where? At the Jovi Beauty School. Y'all already know the vibes. Where are we? Okay. Y'all already know I'm from Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm Brooklyn's #1 celebrity news and Black women's self-love. Hold up. I changed that too. Hold on, I have to change it on this thing. Okay. I think I did already. No, I did not. Sorry. 1 second. Okay. Hold up. I got to change it. If I don't change it right here. Right, there we go. Sorry. Y'all know I'm working on my script. It's a script in making. Whatever. Okay, I'm Brooklyn's #1 celebrity news and Black women's self-love betterment creator. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it. All right. The Jovi B Show, the Jovi Beauty Show, airs Monday through Friday, 12 noon Eastern, okay? And we stream live those times on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Y'all already know on the weekends, you can sometimes catch a replay. Y'all know the vibes. We throw videos in here sporadically, but we are really a live stream show, okay? This is what we do. That's where we invest our time. Okay, the Jovi Beauty Show, you should know, is a fun and insightful beauty shop style daily talk show offering Black women and Black and girls life and relationship advice based on discussions around celebrity news, celebrity relationships, pop culture topics, and which we dissect so we can learn a freaking lesson. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all be here every day. Y'all know what we do. And if you don't, that's what we do. Also, we at the beauty school are looking for businesses and brands and even some subscribers, okay, who are interested in sponsoring one of our shows, maybe a week worth of shows. I don't know, advertising on our platform, investing in the beauty school, product placement, preferably on our beautiful table over here, okay, and other opportunities with me and our beauty school. All right, please, you can email me at culture@jovibeauty.com, or you can just email me at jovibeauty@gmail.com to discuss these opportunities or whatever's clever. Also, don't forget to visit our website, jovibeauty.com, and our shop, All right, our shop is there. My book is there. How to Know If a Man Is Using You. That's there. We're going to have a lot more items coming in the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. Okay. Shout out to our investor. Shout out to our investor. Also, okay, I have my hair done up, put away today. But if you're normally here asking me, oh, how did you do that to your hair? What do you use for your skin? What do you use this for your whatever? What's around you, whatever. I now have an Amazon shop, y'all. Yes, I do. Okay, it's amazon.com/shop/Jovi Beauty, where you can find majority of the products that I have on my table, majority of the products that I actually use. Okay, I don't put nothing in my Amazon shop that I don't actually use myself, like all the time. Okay. So the link for all of these things, again, are in the description. Okay, so just go into the description. You'll be able to find it. Cash App donations are thoroughly appreciated. Super chats are great, but if you didn't know, YouTube be taxing them. Okay, so those are great, and I appreciate all donation. But Cash App, PayPal, even Venmo is greatly appreciated. Y'all know I don't care if it's $5 or $50. Okay, all donations are thoroughly appreciated. And again, please don't forget, we're trying to run this up. Okay, we're trying to run this up. I literally just applied for a grant this morning. That's what I did. Okay, we are running this up. So please remember to follow us on Twitter. That link is in the description as well. Okay, we're trying to get monetized on Twitter, and I think that's going to, I need 5,000 subscribers. We could do it. If you want Twitter, go follow me. On our Facebook page, if you are on Facebook, which you are, stop playing these games, go over there. The link is in the description and follow me. Everything is Jovi Beauty. We're Jovi Beauty across all platforms, all right? I ain't changing it to the Jovi Beauty. We ain't doing none of that. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms, if you didn't know. And on Instagram, you can go over there and follow me on Instagram as well. I've been recently dropping a lot more things on Instagram. A lot of my food. Y'all want to know what I've been eating for the last couple of days? You go check it out on Instagram. I just ate some scones, but I forgot to post it. So I'm trying to keep up with all of that. And if you need to remember, in the words of Cathy Hughes, okay, I'm in the business of Black people. I hope you are too. Now, I'm going to drop this intro. I'm going to drop this intro, and we go ahead and get on with the rest of today's show. Okay, guys, so let's start with Halle Bailey, and DDG and their situation. And I saw a video, a little clip earlier today, from DJ Academics. We know who that is, right? From DJ Academics, talking about how, Ruby Rose is the HOE in this situation. And Halle looks great because she's not saying anything, right? I believe it was Coffee City. Shout out to Coffee City. I believe I saw it on Coffee City. How, but again, you got to remember who is where this information is coming from. We're talking about academics, right? So, Halle is great because she ain't saying nothing, and she's still being a ride or die chick with DDG, right? And I need us to really have a conversation about this because it's out of control and it is so embarrassing. I'm going to pull up just really, really fast, how being around certain people, and I used to say this a lot, but I'm going to start restating this, how certain people, especially certain men, will drag you to the pits of hell from which they came. Okay, we're talking about, this is coming from DJ Academics, okay, the guy who think he is a prize, right? We're talking about Now, Halle used to be above reproach, right? Not anymore. You know, how we have allowed, or how she, not we, have allowed this man, this boy, to have her out here looking like every other, you know, pick me out here, right? Like, we could say a lot about Ruby Rose. We can say a lot about Ruby Rose, but Halle does not look good in this situation. Halle looked like a pick me out this mall, and social media is not helping. Now, this video is old. I mind you, this is from November or something, but they're reposting this. Hold on.
You just tell the bitch whoever she is. When I catch her, I'ma beat her ass.
They're reposting this like it is current. Look at it. They're reposting this like it's current. They are turning the caption alone. If you don't see the caption from On Site, shout out to On Site, says, y'all, it look what DDG is turning our Little Mermaid into. A desperate, I'm fighting for a nigga who ain't fighting for me ass kind of chick. Okay, can I be real with you? Oh God, somebody was wiping their butt. Don't even ask me. It was Valentine's Day was Tuesday. Valentine's Day was Tuesday, y'all. Valentine's Day was Tuesday. And again, we are love to try to throw Ruby under the bus for responding to DDG reaching out to her. Right? Like I said, everybody want to throw her on the bus. Oh, she's a hoe, she's slut. Even being manipulated by a crazy ass Krishan. The reality of the fact is, why is no one addressing the fact that this would not be occurring if DDG did not reach back out to her? Okay, she was not some side piece. She was his actual girlfriend. So he actually dated her. Okay, he's the one who tried to throw Halle under the bus like last week, and then reached out to Ruby Rose. Okay, I'm hoping, because again, they're saying, wait a minute. Halle said, best Valentine's Day ever. I swear to you. Listen. I'm hoping that her best Valentine's Day ever was not actually with DDG, because it looked stupid as hell. Okay, she could have kept that to herself. It's the pick me of it all. It's not given, which I think she might think it's given. And I comprehend that she's 22 and she's trying to be spiteful. And, but like, girl, you're about to blow up in 2 months. What are the odds that this is happening now? If you think men do not date you in a and feel inferior a lot of the times, and feel like they have to drag you down to the pits of hell from which they are, okay, drag you into these ghetto ass situations, right? Again, we don't know Halle personally to know that, okay, she might be ghetto as hell for all we know, right? But the perception of her that got her the role of Little Mermaid to begin with is not this. This is like when you see those Disney stars crashing and burning, right? This is when you see the Hannah Montanas of the world, when you see the Britney Spears of the world, and it's like, but this is happening not because of the pressure of celebrity, but because she has allowed herself to be attached with YouTube drama-filled people. Or just drama-filled people. The fact that you are even having to go through this, that people, you're about to be the Disney princess in like 2 months, bruh. But all anyone is talking about is your boyfriend potentially trying to cheat on you and Ruby Rose speaking. And trying to drag Ruby Rose underneath the bus does not change the fact that DDG reached out to her. She didn't reach out to him. He reached out to her. It does not change the fact. Hold on. Is it here? I hope it's here. It does not change the fact that while he is supposed to be on his way, I guess, to celebrate, here it go. While he is supposed to be on his way to celebrate this best Valentine's Day ever, he took time out of his day, your V-Day, to be subbing Ruby Rose. Let's see what it say. And playing a song that he wrote for Ruby, about Ruby Rose, in the back, on his way to allegedly come pick you up to have said best Valentine's Day ever. I swear to you, I hope her best Valentine's Day ever was with her and her sisters, because there's no pictures to back it up. I did recognize that. I have realized that. And I hope to God that is the situation. Okay, let me see. What does it say? He said, all that hating on DDD just for you to be alone today. Lap. How did she hate on you? That's the question. You reached out to her, she blew it up. Even in academics talking points, it was like, yeah, because you didn't have to because so y'all are mad she didn't allow you to treat her like a secret squirrel slut. Ruby, I mean. People are upset that she did not sit there and be quiet and be treated like a secret squirrel slut, and that she exposed what this man was attempting to do. Okay? He's mad. Academics is mad. People are talking crap about her. On the bottom, he said, no one loves you. Apparently, you do. Apparently, he does. Ain't nobody putting this much effort for somebody that they are not invested in. It just can't. And I comprehend it at 22, 23, 24. Some of y'all, even 30-year-olds, y'all don't get it. But trust me as somebody, and trust the ladies in the comment section. Okay? That's not what that means. You aren't winning when your man, after whatever issues you had, go ahead and unblock you, and the first thing he do is hit up his ex-girlfriend. You are not winning when he's on his way to or fro you on any day, especially Valentine's Day, and trying to throw shots at Ruby Rose, trying to make her feel less than. So I guess she will be available for him when he finally is done throwing your life and career under the bus. He is so disrespectful towards you, and you don't even see the disrespect. How don't y'all see the disrespect? No one loves you. That's not true. If anything we have learned in this last week of DDG, Ruby Rose, and Halle, is that he does love the slut, the quote-unquote slut. And being the good girl, again, these are lessons you need to learn with time. Trust me, I know I've been a good girl a lot of my life, child. That shit is stressful. It does not help you. Because guess what most of these niggas like? You being a good girl is still put you in a position to get hurt, to get ran over, and to come home to catch him still in bed with, if not Ruby, with another girl just like her. Because those are the ones who draw his attention. Those are the ones that as soon as y'all get into an argument, he's hitting her up. As soon. He's not going and hit and find him another good girl. No. He just happened to luck up on you and you are helping him build his career. We are out here dragging. Let me put this down. Y'all are out here dragging Rihanna over ASAP Rocky, but you're promoting DDG living and growing his career and all of that over here off of Halle. What happens when he makes her a single mother before she's 25? What happens then? And then move on to somebody else. What happens then? Can we stop really stop making excuses for fuckboys and their fuckboy behavior? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the F word. We ain't a half an hour yet. Like, seriously. The fact that the DJ Academics is trying to be like, he think he's the prize. These men think like DDG really like you're a freaking Disney princess, and this foolishness has DDG looking like he's the one who people trying to bag. He's the prize because Halle ain't saying nothing. She's winning. She shouldn't have, after she done threw herself under the bus, talking about third parties and stuff. After she mentioning about amazing Valentine's Day while he is on his way to you or from you, throwing shots at his ex. Where is his mind at? He's supposed to be thinking about what he about to go do with and for or whatever with you, but he's so focused on, I wish she was my girlfriend. I want to read something from Complex. The rapper took to TikTok where he posted a video and wrote all that hating on DDG just for you to be alone today. He added, "No one loves you." The post came on Valentine's Day, which seemed to turn out well for him and his girlfriend, Halle Bailey, even with his recent internet beef with his ex Ruby Rose and rumors of him and Bailey breaking up. Best V date ever, Bailey wrote on Wednesday morning. That's insane. That's insane. I'm be real with you. Where is the self-respect? And that's just to tell you, having money don't mean having fame don't mean because if she did, I'm talking about Halle here. We talk a lot about Ruby Rose and her and I've spoken about her and how, she had done, she kind of dumb and she did see cool. But what about Halle though? What about Halle to even have all of this shit going on in her life on a regular day, let alone what is it, like a month, 2 months before she's literally about to be attacked by every Trumper in America? That is going to have been collecting every bit of everything to try to throw at her so she could still look like some old stereotypical N-word. Arguing and fighting over a nigga who playing her and disrespecting her and disregarding her, and got his ex-girlfriend on his mind on Valentine's Day. Whether it's to throw shade or not, you could have waited till tomorrow. Like, so whatever Valentine's Day she had, I'm talking about Halle, it was to spite Ruby. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever it was, that was the best V-Day ever. It was to spite another woman because the woman told. If the woman didn't tell, what would have been going on there? You think she wouldn't have got what she was getting? or a piece of that. He's just mad that she exposed him. And Halle just going along with it. After he done disrespected you and played you. But let's rock it out. Let's teach these little girls that this is as good as it gets. You just gonna have to deal with it. It's no, because we black, so this is as good as it gets. You always gonna have to fight some chick over a nigga. No. We don't love ourselves enough to say, you know what? Nah. My career, nah. I'm not going to risk my betterment for this dude. I get we can be digmatized at sometimes, a lot of the times, but like at what point no? And we know it's real because her sister blew it up last week. She could have said, her sister came back and was like, oh no, it wasn't my ass. In the moment, the sister told us the truth of the matter. And now we here mad at Ruby Rose because DDG is garbage. Where they do that at? America, black culture. Now you got academic acting like Halle winning. There's no winning in this. Matter of fact, honestly, the whole winning. Ruby winning. Halle is not winning. This is not I won the nigga. This is not I'm one. It's so desperate to be like, you got to battle over these men. No, this is not Atlanta. This is not Atlanta. You don't need to do that. All right, y'all. Hold up 1 second. I'm gonna jump up in the chat for a minute, and then we're gonna get to Aaliyah's daughter. We're gonna get to that story, okay? But before we do, I want to remind y'all to don't forget, if you're in here, you're watching, click that thumbs up button. Close the little comments, click on that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed, okay? Subscribe to the channel, donate to the channel, because we do not work for free. We do not work for free, okay? So do that. And yeah. My Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal is across the screen. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. And all platforms, I'm Jovi Beauty, except for here where I'm Jovi Beauty Show. But, Jovi B Show. But, hey, we changed it. Anyway, how is everyone doing in the chat? I see all of you beautiful women. Hey, Kendra. Hey, Jamie. How is everyone doing? Someone said, I think Halle settled with DDG because she was probably desperate and tired of being single. Like, we've come, and it's like the fact that he even said, like, no one loves you. Oh, you're single. Like, it is very manosphere-esque. Like, you're 22. You kind of should be single, dating around. Would Lori Harvey do this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even Future acted like he had sense when he was dating Lori Harvey. Absolutely not. But what you allow is what's going to continue to happen to you. Her allowing this even if there was her shirt, she rebought the shirt. I don't care. Okay? All of that fighting for a trash ass man pulls your value down substantially. Like, no, you're better than that, or you should feel that way. And it's a problem that she doesn't. It's a problem that Like, come on. Come on. Hello, everyone. Hi, my members. And don't forget to join our channel membership. Those are the names in the comments that I primarily read. My members, my mods, my members, and people who donate to the channel. Okay, so that's really where this is going. Okay. Of course, they're watching. There are a lot of people in the back who did not want her to have this opportunity, and they're watching. And they're thinking, look at this N-word shit that's happening. For real. Look at this. And why? And you know what? It's like, it's the setup of it all. Because we have learned, we don't know certain men, certain people, okay? It's the narcissism of it all. Okay, especially certain men, when you are doing better, about to blow up, they create situations to derail you. Right? They was so great until, that was 2 months. She about her thing about to come out. She about to blow. Everybody in the world about to know who she is. And now this is all coming up. Like, common sense is common, and I need us to have some. And stop allowing people who are undeserving of your time and attention to do this kind of thing to you. But, you know. Hey, Couture, how you doing, boo? She said they're obsessed with Halle. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. She said, Kendra said, did Beyonce have a talk with her? I don't know. She probably should, though, because this shit is it's out of control. Well, maybe because she was raised very strict. Maybe this is her. You know, I'm grown. I could date who I want to date. Cool. I get it. You want to, and this is another reason why you can't be so strict with your kids, because when they get to a point and they like you know, when certain kids who are like been under the thumb, they go off to college, they don't know how to act. You know, they don't know how to act because now they have an opportunity to go to go outside. They couldn't go outside before. They couldn't whatever. And now they don't know how to act. And then that's how they end up getting caught up with some trash ass dude because it's their first boyfriend that they can actually have in front of everybody. They think this is love when it's really lust, you know, and you know, because you really have not prepared those children for the world. And those are the girls, them little church girls, those are the girls who go and get taken advantage of, who end up stuck with some baby thinking, oh, we were going to be a happy family. Nah. Because she was so caught up in the house and couldn't go nowhere, and y'all didn't teach her nothing. And shit she should have learned when she was 15, 16, 17. She's learning at like 22. Which makes her be in a deficit. Like, this is things that should have happened to her in high school. Not now. Not in the forefront of her career. Just know. Just know. All right, guys. So, all right. So now I'm about to jump over. I see classes session. She said, DC said her parents been married for almost 30 years. This is not the life she come from. But again, this is what happens when your kids are you hold on too tight. Okay? Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Haley through the... For what? For a trash dude who's going to eventually move on, so very soon, Okay, after the movie come out and he's again overshadowed by her, he's gonna move on. And if probably not with Ruby, because probably Ruby is like, I'm over this shit, but he's going to get with someone very, very similar to her. Someone where he can help pick up, because we know a lot of men, this is just the reality of them, especially when they have shit, they want a girl with less, especially when they young, stupid, and insecure. They need a woman with less so they can feel. And you know what, I like a man who got, but he wants attention. He wants to be a rapper or some shit. He's a YouTuber. Okay, but he's one of them YouTubers that, he wants to be, he used YouTube to jumpstart his rap career, right? He wants to be a rapper. And now she's already Chloe and Halle, or Halle and Chloe, whatever the frick. And now, they're coming out with their own album. She's about to be the freaking Little Mermaid. Side note, yesterday I got donations before I shut the thing down. Hold on, I just thought about it when my phone beeped. Hold up. Okay. Anonymous sent us $10 yesterday. I think she sent it after, but I didn't see it. Thank you, Anonymous. And did she write anything? Hold on. She said, Anonymous said, what I do for a living? I would have found out, because we was talking about running background checks yesterday. Shout out to Anonymous. And Divine says, she said, watching you, Divine sent $2. She said, watching you is like having girl time. That's the vibes. That's what we going for. That's the thing. I told y'all, thank y'all. I appreciate it. That's the vibes. That's what we're trying to create, right? This is girl vibes all day. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm done with this. Sid said, I'm going to need Halle to raise her standards and divest, because DDG ain't it, because the way he had been treating her lately, it's really hard to watch her self-esteem, self-worth, and value is so low. Okay? All right. So we're going to... This is why I need to hurry up and finish those commercials so I can make some commercial breaks. But I'm going to try to get those done by the weekend, okay? I've had a lot of stuff to do. But what was I saying? We're going to transition now into talking about this story with a girl. Her name is Lagena. If y'all were in, okay, so I'm gonna say I did watch a little bit of Sean Davy Wade. Y'all know I love me some Sean. I watched a little bit of his show today, this morning, before we got live. But last night I watched about an hour's worth of the Official Kingpin. Shout out to the Official Kingpin. I watched like an hour or something of his show. I got all, y'all know sometimes I be all back in the bushes like this, child. I got all in the bushes because y'all. So I guess we want to read an article. Do I want to read an article about this crap? I really don't. So there's this girl. Her name is, what's her name? Luana. Hold up. Lagena. She called herself Love. All right. Okay. Can I be real with y'all? So let's start. So she got up on, she was on Sean Davy Wade's show early in the day. And then I didn't see it last night. I saw like 20 minutes of Sean's show this morning before we had to go live, just to see if she said anything different from like last night. Like, I want to first start off by saying it is my personal opinion that the girl is mentally ill. She said she has schizophrenia. I believe it. Her even the way she was explaining this story, like she's whole African. Like she's whole African, right? And like in a lot of communities, especially y'all know the DMV area, they have a lot of child assault, right? Y'all know we can't say certain words on here. Why, especially in the Black community, why that's where the term MF, you know anything about history, that's where the term MFer come from in that vicinity. Most of the breeding camps, keep up with me, okay, because I can't say certain things. Most of the breeding camps were in that area. And you know how those people didn't think we were people. They would make you boink your mom, your brother, your whatever, as long as they felt like they could create these strong Black right? Cool. So even though she did come from, I think she's from Ghana. Her parents are from Ghana. And just listen, if you I grew up around Africans. There's Africans all over the place in New York City. They're not always necessarily the most loving, right? I heard her today talk about how I personally think she was M by her dad and by the men in her family. She stated in Sean Davy Wade's show that she lived with them for a lot of the time. She was going back and forth because, again, I think she's created a world in her mind. And I think she was, when around the time, and I think they might have used to play Aaliyah's music. I think she was saying, like, how you my dad, you never hugged me. Africans are like that. I remember a story. It is like probably 15, 20 years old, of this girl. She was from New York. She was from like the Bronx or something like that. Well, no, they were African, but they moved there. And her dad used to her all the time, right? The wife still in Africa, whatever. He used to take advantage of her and her sister, and him. I remember it was all over the news. If y'all might not remember, she was a dark-skinned girl with like a green, she used to wear green hair. She was goth, right? She was goth, and she straight, like she did it, and I don't remember she took his head off, but she did some wild shit to him because that's what he used to do to her. And she was real traumatized. Again, I know a lot of girls who are of African descent. It's hard enough to be raised as Black in America, right? It's hard. And then the addedness of being an African booty scratcher, all of this horrible treatment you get from the outside world aimed at you, right? For being dark skinned nonetheless, and not even being from here. We know a lot of people get it just being Caribbean. Caribbean is one thing, especially growing up back in the day, being African is a whole other thing, right? A whole other assault. And then to couple that with the instability of family, molestation, being an immigrant, so you don't have things, right? She was talking about yesterday on the show, like, where do we get the money? And everybody in the chat was like, girl, public assistance. She was talking about living in these things, and not even she's talking about she's daggone near 30, because in my mind I'm like, how old are you? She's talking about she's 27, 28 or whatever. Her age ain't right. Like, this is not Robert F. Kennedy we talking about. This is not Robert F. Kennedy. These ain't the Kennedys we talking about. We're talking about Aaliyah, who was a great singer, but at the end of the day, at that time, she didn't even have Beyonce status now. There was no such thing as that now, right? She was a singer, and she could have went the way a SWV is now. To be honest, let's be honest about this. The equivalent of Usher now. But there's hiding children. R. Kelly just got, okay, yeah, he was doing a lot of after the passing of her, what would be the point? What is the point? She doesn't even look like either one of them. She said, you know, and like I said, yesterday she was like, oh, you know, because I believe let's shout out to both Sean Davy Wade and Official King Payne for having great interviews with her and for really trying to get this information when we might, you know, when people just aren't believing it. Right. I do think that she is mentally ill. And I'm going to be very honest with you that I understand getting her story out there, you know, it's a click of the view. But I also think that playing into a lot of people's mental illness is not for their betterment and for other people's betterment. I have a family member who has schizophrenia. And he creates stories like this. Okay, according to him, this is before the whole Megan situation with you know, he and Megan was, you know, they was together and like they create again. You can't trying to understand crazy will only make you crazy, but like the stories that they create in their mind because they have to be able to cope with whatever occurred that fractured their minds and they cannot deal with, right? So they make up these stories to try to distract from reality. There's a picture of some woman who is African who said, no, this is my child. And I 1,000%, that is her child. But she needs to. This is the thing, because in my opinion, this is my opinion. It was so hard for her. In my opinion, it was essay with her dad, with whoever, probably a lot, right? And she needed to, it's like, you know how they say an outer body experience? It's like, especially when you're a kid, that's how a lot of them say. Like she was literally talking about all my children. Loving, my bad. She was talking about freaking Loving and Erica freaking Kane. I grew up watching that shit. She created this stuff in her mind, my opinion, to be able to deal with that. Do we also remember it was all my children, my bad. Do we also remember on All My Children that, no. Shit, I used to watch all of them with my grandmother back in the day. But you also remember that Vicky daughter, since we want to talk about freaking soap operas like they ain't freaking soap operas, do we remember that she had multiple personalities? Okay, do you remember that she had multiple personalities? And because of tragic, crazy that happened when she was younger, like it's TV. And if all you had at that age is TV or watching these old shows when you were a baby, watching these shows when you were little, and that was the most sane or structure you were able to see in your life, and your life is insane. You have people who aren't there, busy working, immigrants trying to get, you know, things happening, angry about whatever is happening in their lives, taking advantage of you, taking it out on you. And now you see in TV and probably has some brown-skinned babysitter who used to watch the TV with, who now you think she look. Everybody had a permanent rat back in the day. She has so much recollection for somebody who would have probably been like 2, 3. Aaliyah passed. I remember I was in a club when I found out she passed. I was 21. That was 21 years ago. That was about 22 years ago now. That little girl, she's talking about, oh, they trying to, like, we're talking about immigration. This is the 2000s, not 1893, when people didn't know what year they was born, or you could fake things like that. Or even the 40s, where they were stealing babies and doing all of this crazy stuff back when they wasn't black babies. Back in the day. She's talking about a 2000, a 99. She has identification. There are people who have been here for 30 years who don't have as much identification as she does. But then she's going to say that's not her, who she really is, because she needs to be a part of someone else's family that is not her own. Because her family is kind of effed up. I believe it. I believe they 1,000% effed up. I've known a lot of people who came especially from I know people who grew up in the ghetto, and family life is insane. And their mind splits in some way to just be able to cope with it. I know a lot of them who grew up like that, who are Caribbean. I know some who grew up who was African. I just gave y'all a story of a girl it was all over the news when that shit happened. I see how some people can treat their freaking children, especially when the point is when they think their child is a burden, and how a lot of people, I know we don't like to talk about mental illness in the Black community, but the girl is mentally ill. She doesn't even accept her age, because if she accepted her age, right? Then some people would be like, well, wouldn't you be too young to remember any of that? Right? And probably, because R. Kelly is her mind made it easier to make it him who was her than her real daddy, allegedly, and whatnot. Right? Because if it is the way I'm thinking it is, her dad, her whoever, was doing things to her when she was really young, and now everybody talking about this R. Kelly thing. Maybe it is easier. I don't know. I've never been, by family members or non-family members. I don't know, but I would think that it might be easier mentally to deal with it if it wasn't the person who birthed you or brought you into this world, or squirt, whatever. You don't know what I mean. Your actual parents and brothers and whoever was in that house doing whatever to her. I'm going to drop my link because I want to know what people think about this situation. Because I was watching it and everything in me, even in her eyes, everything in me, like she believes this. This is not for clout. She's mentally ill. And that's another reason why I didn't want to even put up her picture. People talking about and I'm not saying, because she black. I'm black. She looked like she could be more my daughter than freaking Aaliyah daughter. She just does not look like her or R. Kelly. She doesn't. She does not look like either one of them. Period. End of story. She doesn't. And that's okay, because she's African. Because her people are from Ghana. But it might be, I would assume it would be a lot easier for your subconscious to say, oh, those people who were doing things to me, because she kept saying it in Sean's video this morning. I only heard like an hour of King Payne's video last night, but I watched like a half an hour of Sean's video today. But she kept saying it. She was like, basically, how you gonna be my dad or whatever and treat me the way you treated me? She's like, I can remember hugging him like 5 times. There are people I did a video going around social media of a guy who refused to hug his grandson. One second. Of a guy who refused to hug his grandson because he said he a real nigga. Africans, a lot of the times, aren't that freaking affectionate. Black people in general aren't necessarily that affectionate all the damn time. She kept talking about how, if he was my dad, why would he have treated me like that? I.e., she was not treated well, and to cope with it, her parents had to be somebody else. It couldn't be these people who treat her like Cinderella. What happened? Hey, Bonnie. Hello? Hello? It's on. Is it my mic or is it? Because sometimes I don't be knowing what it is. All right, Bonnie, I don't know what's happening. Call back. Okay, hold up. Hello? Can y'all hear her? Is it my, because I don't know if it's my mic sometimes because I be messing with the mic. Hold on. Let me see if I can hear you on my phone. Because I be messing with the mic. Hold on. Let me see if I can hear you on my phone. No. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Whew. It's hot. My headphones are in. Hold up. Well, my headphones are in because I was listening to something earlier today. So I know the mic is in, the headphones are in. I don't know what's going on. So, oh, wait. Oh, she said it's not working. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I reset the computer. I don't know. Anyway, somebody else click in. See if it works. Sometimes I be doing that. I don't know why. All right. Where was I? I'm hot now, child. Okay. Where were we? We're gonna go back up and then come back down. Understandable that there are ways to go about everything. Ruby approach was wrong. Empress says it was wrong. She could have inboxed that girl. Maybe she did. As a matter of fact, why? When the world act like something wrong, why? I get that she could have, but she actually didn't have to. Why? Why would she have to do that? It's not her job to make sure your man is, is treating you good. And matter of fact, if I recall correctly, because this happened like a couple of days ago, she put this nigga's shirt. She put Ruby's shirt on. That's how it happened. So maybe she did inbox her separately. Maybe she did. And then Halle tried to throw shots at her because Halle been throwing hard shots. Okay? I'm sorry. She was throwing hard shots. Maybe she did hit her up. Does anybody say that before DDG is out here, like he said, oh, maybe I should heal before I hit you up? Ha, ha, ha. Anybody say that to him? Why is it on her because DDG is garbage? It's not her job. I put you on and your man is trash, and then you're going to turn around and put my shirt on. Come on now. How do we know she didn't? Anyway, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Let's get these likes up. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, subscribe to the YouTube channel. No, I'm not muted. What happened? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not working. Wait, let me check these likes out. Y'all, let's get these likes up. I'm 71. I need over 100 people to like this video, or else, I'm gonna take it down. And don't forget to donate to my channel. All donations are thoroughly appreciated. Gretchen said, Halle and Chloe are a prime example of how over-sheltering your daughters negatively impact them. Halle reminds me of myself with my first boyfriend. I thought that Dusty was the prize child. Yeah, being over-sheltering your children is not. It's just not. She said Libra and Libra are ganging up on Halle and the Aries. She said, I told my girls, TMG said, I told my girls, ain't nobody trying to write you right now. To him, you just practice. And it's the truth. She said, now let's see this young lady. Okay, so let's see if it worked. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I hear her. Hello? I really don't know what happened. What's up, sis? How are you doing?
I'm blessed in yourself.
I'm great.
Excuse my voice. I'm just recovering from COVID.
I'm sorry.
I just want to say, like, that whole interview and everything with that young lady, I just was like, I thought it was like a joke or like a practical joke or something, or like, how people do skits and things of that nature. I was like, this cannot be for real. And then seeing all these pictures that she drew of her and everything, and she was like, yeah, this is a picture of me when I was little, when I was at my mom's house. I'm not my grandma's house. She was like, just taken at my grandma's house. And she just got mad when people said whatever. But I like how when Jaguar was talking to her and she was like, she's like, I had to go to the hospital too and get my life together. So, it's nothing wrong with going to the hospital. And that's when she said, yeah, I recently was in the hospital and, they took me and slammed me on the table and, strapped me up or whatever. And all for nothing. And I was thinking to myself, all for nothing, because there's no way possible you really think, like, I don't know what implanted that in her head. And I'm thinking, like, sometimes some, pedos, they just be like living in the life like, oh, you my baby girl Aaliyah and I'm your daddy R. Kelly. People do sick stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking, like, is that embedded in her mind?
I think so. I think it's something like that. Yes, I think it's something like that. I really believe it's something like that.
But what I do like, the fact is that Jag and King Pang and Sean and them are pushing her to get the DNA test.
She could get it, but then I feel like even when she get it, she's gonna act like, oh, they broke into 23andMe and altered our test. It's not. And I don't
not the 23andMe.
Ancestry.com, child. I don't know. I just feel like even when it comes out, or if it comes out that she's not related to them, she's gonna it's gonna be a reason why.
Yeah, but I think that she will lose momentum at that moment. because right now she just got all this momentum that like, yes, yes, this is really me. This, these are my parents and blah blah blah. And then I don't know if you heard the part where she was talking about when you in witness protection. She told me she was in witness protection as being their, daughter. That's why she can't recall some of the accurate dates of her age or all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, you just digging yourself
For
a deeper
what?
hole.
Why
Like,
would she be in witness protection? Aaliyah was cool or whatever, but
and they keep saying justice for Aaliyah. I'm like, justice for Aaliyah for what? I'm a little lost.
she died in a plane crash.
But
Like,
they keep saying this justice. She's like, I just want justice for my mom. I just want justice for my mom. And justice for Leah. I'm like, what is the justice part? I was like, I know I'm not like up to date on or even past date on what's going on in like the hip hop and the music scene, but damn, like that's really, really like it's like Twilight Zone. Put it like that. Ain't Black Mirror. This is straight Twilight Zone. Whenever you hear her talk,
yeah,
and it's just weird. And I think with Miss Halle, I think that the issue is with her is that this might be her first probably little piece of twang twang, and then it got her chewing all hot, and she don't know how to act, and
yeah.
can't nobody tell her nothing. And this dude right here is almost like he might have been implanted by someone. And this is me and my conspiracy theory. Implanted by some racist, angry white folk that didn't want her to be Little Mermaid or her to be popular or something like that. Because I'm thinking like, why would she want to be with this dude? Don't really have anything. Is I can see being with like an average person, but he just looked like he just one of those user types. He just not. He does
She
not
don't.
look.
Well, you got to remember, we were all young and dumb at one point,
Yes,
and she, she's
everybody has
young and
that
dumb.
moment, and
Yeah,
my thing is, but when we were young and dumb, we didn't have contracts and different opportunities on the line.
yeah.
That's
Well,
that's what
and
makes the
nowadays
difference.
we have boys who, well, who are out literally out here trying to come up off of women. We we
Exactly,
we have we have men who are out here giving lessons and courses and telling these men to come up off of women.
exactly. And then I seen him like I guess there was like Thanksgiving or some holiday, and he was talking to one of the other women in the house. Talking about, yeah, like I just one thing I can do a lot on my own, but I can't make my own plate. I just don't know the dimensions of the portions of blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And she was like, um her mom was like, she's making you a plate. And he was like, she is. And she was like, here, I made you your plate.
Mhm.
And he was like, okay, okay, okay. And I'm like, just just talking to be talking.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
how he
get from
that's how
him.
he comes off. Yeah. He's one of those. He's one of those, but she's too young. Like you said, maybe this is her first real boyfriend. So she's stuck, and she's young, dumb, and full of cum, and don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, she better get rid of the cum part and get her life back together. Tell her this is not the first or the last
It's
good thing
not.
you're going to have in your life. And trust me, it is better. It gets
Hmm.
better with age.
Yes, it does, and it gets a lot better with less stupidity.
And with less drama.
And there we go.
Yeah,
That
because
too.
want to lay down like under the radar right now because she about to, like you said, blow up, and it's just like this situation just it
It,
makes an
it
overcast and it
it's
makes
the
it.
value in her before she even gets there.
Mm-hmm. And we definitely don't want that for her. I want her
Hmm.
to win. You know what I'm saying? And I want her to be happy. If she happy with him, cool enough. But make him shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was some rumor they had on another channel talking about Jay-Z broke his knees or something, broke DDG knees, and I was like, really? Yeah, it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious.
It's not. It is
But
really not.
do you know what the little alleged Aaliyah daughter, um who does she live with?
She keep going back and forth. I don't know. I don't know. She keep going back and forth. She live with her. In my opinion, she live with her family, or she got a, or she rent a room somewhere,
Yeah, because
and
that's
want to be in again in denial of the reality of these people are actually you know what I'm saying. And I get it. Like if you grew up, let's just say in general, if you grew up with an absent mother or abusive parents or anything like that, I can see why someone would want to act like that's not how they grew up. Act
uh-huh.
like, oh, it wasn't like that. Or, no, I wasn't molested, or I wasn't, not by the people, my family, it was by other people. Or, like, how couldn't you not? Because that's what it kept coming off to me. Like, she felt unloved by her family. She kept calling them her second family, whatever. But I just felt like she just felt unloved and tried to create a scenario of why that's so. And like you said previously, and I do agree with you, it's probably by the age she looks, in my opinion, it was probably along that same time that R. Kelly first went to jail for that situation. And probably whoever was doing whatever they was doing to her was probably a horrible, well, a horrible human being anyway, but saying like, I'm R. Kelly and you're Aaliyah.
And I'm not, trying to talk about the young lady. She's just a little bit of like beautifully challenged,
Yeah,
and I just think that she just haven't grown into her looks fully. And I think that her self esteem is playing a part of some of these actions, and why she's like, oh, she want to be associated with someone so beautiful, and everybody really was attached to and loved, and so she kind of like wants somebody to be attached with her like that and love her like that,
that's
and
true.
everybody keeps saying like, people do love you, and and you can't expect the world to love you, when you got to in fact love yourself. And and she like, I do and everything. And then I don't know if you heard her sing.
No, I didn't hear her sing. I
uh,
kept saying last night before I got off the show. I was like, "She just sing. Let us hear you sing. Can she sing?"
yes,
That's what I want to know.
she was on. I can't remember which one she. Okay, if you look at Sean David Way, he did a surviving series on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the second video is when she will start singing. And oh my god, ain't no way and say that you said that you got your voice from your father or your mother.
Okay, so she
She was
can't
like,
sing.
she was like, I'm sending him a 4-page letter.
Okay.
It's
Okay, because
not,
I kept jumping out the bushes. Like, yes, last night talking about let us sing. I want let us sing. You talk about your daddy R. Kelly. Please sing.
yes.
I need to hear you sing.
Go when you get a chance. Go watch that and watch
I'll go finish watching.
me, and get you a good. That I mean, it's yeah. It's gonna make like, come on, son, you playing me, right? You playing me. But I thank you for letting me come up and talk to you this morning.
All right.
Be
Thank you.
blessed and be well.
You too, ma'am.
All
Have a
right, bye
good
bye.
one. Bye. Like, yeah, because I've been asking that. I was asking that shit from last night. Y'all saw me. I know Sharita was in the chat. She was like, "Hey, Jovi." It wasn't about me, child. But I was in the chat talking about let the girls sing. Let the girls sing. All right, let's go back to these comments. Like I said, y'all already know the link is in the description. I don't know. Some of it sometimes it just be acting dumb as hell. Somebody said, do you think she might have dissociated identity disorder? I believe child, the way she went in, I said, is she talking about Erica Kane? Y'all know my name. I was supposed to be named Erica. I was supposed to be named after Erica Kane. So I'm like, I watched all of this stuff when I grew up. I don't know what channel it was on y'all TV, but me and my grandmama used to watch Channel 7, child. And then when I started going to school, I used to get the daily updates about what happened until the summertime when I was able to see it again. Okay, so I know the vibe. So she's telling this story, and I'm just like, but do you remember Vicky? You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, yeah, crazy. Like, and I don't want to be, because it happens, right? A lot of us have mentally ill people in our family, and we don't know how to deal with it. Being an American, we don't know how to deal with it, let alone coming into this country, you know, and having a child who is going through that, and you don't know how to communicate with them, or you don't know how to be what they might need at that point, right? She said Aaliyah's friend was grilling her and she was getting upset, sighing all loud. Because that's how people who like that are. I told you, I have people in my family, you know, I have one person, but I've seen other people besides him who are like that, you know, because they believe it. And you keep pushing, they might mess around and get violent, you know, because what they believe is what they believe, you know, because, and again, they're not lying. They're not necessarily lying in there. And like, even when I think it was Sean who was like, would you take a lie detector test? I don't know if that would work, because because in her mind, she believes that to be true. You know, you have to understand, again, but you can't really understand, because once you start understanding, crazy kind of makes you crazy. But you got to comprehend that to her, everything she said is right. Everything she said was true. All right. Let me put you out of here. Block. Bam. See how that work? Some people, okay, let's just keep going. That off that I'm Prince. She said if she can pull it off, she's Prince love child. She said I was at the skating ring when I found out. It was Saturday, and I don't remember what I was doing the day I found out about Aaliyah, but that night I was at this club in Brooklyn, okay? And I remember standing there. I was by myself. I think my friends went to the bathroom or something. I don't remember. But I was literally standing by myself, and I was close to the DJ booth, and he said it, and I was just like, what the? You know, because I remember that. I remember that. So, like, this girl don't look over the age of, like, 25. And I'm not going to say, and you know what? G. Johnson might have a very good interpretation of it. You know, again, like I said, growing up in America, it's hard enough being a dark-skinned girl, right? It's hard enough being a dark-skinned girl in America. It's hard. It's definitely hard being someone who is African, right? And if nobody told her she was pretty, she don't know how to put herself together properly, right? I was thinking, like, what's that sweater with the shirt? I don't know what's happening. You know, if you don't know how to put yourself together properly, people are abusing you and telling you are garbage, and people outside telling you aren't worthy or whatever. And it might, I can see how wanting to attach yourself to someone who everyone loves could make you also feel loved and seen, right? She said, yeah. Um, Somebody said they subscribed to me on YouTube. Thank you so much. I've reached out to these people, so we'll see what happened. The party, but I think she said she late to the party, but she think Holly dropped in to pick me when she decided to date him in the first place. And for what I gather, Ruby ain't the only person he has embarrassed. Like, you see, and it's like, oh, she's not the only person that he has dated and who he has embarrassed, okay? He dated a basketball player who was 33. Lord have mercy, help him. He dated a lot, from what I see, he dated a lot of racially ambiguous or just plain old white women. That's what I'm looking at. And from what I gather, he is always trying to, and you know what's so funny? Because last week when he said what he said, and people was like, oh, him and Halle broke up or whatever, they were like, don't you try to treat her like you treat the rest of them. Now all of a sudden, now the big bad wolf is Ruby Rose. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. Hold on, I'm trying to see. They dated a bunch of racially ambiguous girls. Okay, let's finish these comments up. Listen, they talking about somebody. I saw somebody said, "Why don't she get help?" I think they took her. She said that last night. They took her. Like, when, and to an extent, unless she, again, and I know this from my own family experience, unless she's out here hurting other people, they can't just take her and keep her. Right? They can't just, you can't just lock you up for, like, this ain't the 40s where they could just say, lock her up, and they're going to lock you up and keep you in a crazy house and shit. Unless you are a danger, or like they see you as a danger, or you actually hurt somebody or something like that, your people, like your family, whatever, can call. If you're going, maybe she's having, if she's having a manic episode, they can call, and whatever, and she's being irate, for them to be slamming her all over the place, that tells me she was having a manic episode, right? And so again, they can't force her to stay in there, and they can't force her to take her medication. That's why you have to be wary about the people around you, because you might think, and I'm very wary about people, because you might think, about how people talk, about how people are, even about even how much time certain people reach out to me and not even dealing with it, because crazy people are crazy people. Point blank in a story. Crazy people are crazy people. And you can't really do anything about it until they do some crazy shit. Someone said Holly must think because she's different, that she can change DDG. We all know that it doesn't matter, good girls or not, that a man will only change if he wants to change, and a good girl ain't gonna cut it. That's just not. I just looked at all of the girls he dated. They all look the same. They all, you know what I'm saying? It just so happened Holly is an enigma, and that's not necessarily the best thing all the time. She said, how dare she disrespect her. It was wild, girl. I don't think it'll be, yeah. She's gonna say, oh, they're trying to keep witness protection for what? For what? For what? At the end of the day, witness protection for what? For what, I ask you? For what? Like, but again, it's her life. It has to be some reason why her parents don't like her. You know, or why her parents treat her or don't hug her or don't love her the way she thinks that they should. And this is the reason for her. She made this up. And that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Bonnie says she found out about Aaliyah and Left Eye at the same space. Wow, that's crazy. It was around the same time. Right? It's like Aaliyah was great. Don't get me wrong. And she could have freaking been Beyonce status now. But at that time, she wasn't. She was cool. But like, come on. A lot of people was cool back then that ain't cool no more. SWV was the biggest group. Did you think that back then that they would have ever broke up and all of this shit would have happened? No. How many singers? I can't even remember because there's been so many of them. I don't think she would have been able to survive R. Kelly's perversion. Not now. It would have tainted her forever. Like, a crash for what? For what? At the end of the day, for what? Keeping her secret for what? For what? All right, but she says stay single, ladies, is for your own protection. Listen, stay single until you find a man who is amazing. Do not deal with the DDG dramatic bull crap of the world. Like, on thinking that that's if you have the mindset of this is as good as it gets. I told you, me and my homegirl hung out last Friday. And we were speaking about that. I was like, I'm so hard, and she was like, yeah, but sometimes my directness is true. And like, even the things I used to tell her, if you believe she's living an amazing life now. But I used to say this for like years, for freaking decades, for damn near a decade to her. Like, if you believe that all men are cheaters, right? You're only gonna attract cheaters. If you believe like all men are abusive, all men bust you upside your head, you're only going to attract abusive men, right? You put that out there. So I don't believe in saying, don't date no man, don't date, because I'm not a lesbian, right? I like men. I'm not a lesbian. I like men. I just think we need to be better. We need to make better choices in the men that we date, right? I 1,000% believe that we need to make better choices in the men that we allow into our lives, in the men that we date. When this situation has happened with Halle, even if she wanted to play nice and went to the little bowling alley with Krishan, pay attention to your man's friends. Your man homeboy is Blueface. You need to pay attention to things like that. How he attempted to throw you under the bus last week and then backpedaled and now threw Ruby under the bus, right? Because the world was like, no, you won't. You got to pay attention to things like that. We spoke about this shit yesterday. We speak about this a lot. Like, being aware of what is actually going on. Like the girl yesterday who was in a 5-month relationship with a married man, and how she didn't know when there was so many obvious, like her mama said, he was all over the place. It was always something. It was so many things looking you in your face saying this ain't right. But I got a man now, so I'm going to just I'm put on my rose-colored glasses and like Halle is doing now. Halle is doing whatever the frick her name is doing right now. And in my opinion, risking it all for a nigga who wouldn't risk it for you. At the end of the day, do you think that if the tables were turned, would DDG allow her to put his career, him and his career, in the position she has allowed him to put hers in? Absolutely not. If these men won't do it, one thing about men, they'll tell you if they won't do it, you don't do it. We want to give too many opportunities when it's not needed, when it's whole not needed. Because again, it's not, oh, men are fucked up. Men deal with the reality of the situation, and a lot of the times we do too much. A lot of the times we do too much and should have up jumps the boogie to the boogity beat a long time ago. That's why half of them kids don't even respect y'all. Us. I'm acting like I'm not a woman. Because we're accepting and allowing too much. Do you really think that DDG would allow Halle to put his career, his brand, his career in as much danger as he has put hers? Do you think he would have allowed her to embarrass him like this? He wouldn't have. And if he wouldn't have, you shouldn't have. If you don't pick you, you'll never find a man who does. That's what we need to learn. If you don't pick you above all things in these situations, you will never find a man who picks you. You cannot ask somebody to love you more than you love yourself. And if you allow him to throw your whole shit under the bus because you love him, that just means that it's all about him. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. She said it was supposed to be a trailer for the Mermaid show at the Super Bowl, but it didn't because of all the internet drama. Do you think he would have allowed that to mess with his career? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She says she will learn the hard way. She takes him back. See how that work? I'm just blocking folks. But that's another thing. She never learned how to vet men because a lot of girls don't know how to vet men. I've learned that, and having this show, I have learned that a lot of people have horribly. That's why there's a lot of baby mamas out here. Can I be real? And why it happens at 17, 18, 19 years old. Because we do not teach our daughters for real. We teach them, them niggas are trash. No, you got to be real with them. You got to be real with them and let them understand expectations. Let them understand, because a lot of men are going to be garbage, but all men aren't garbage. When you tell them that all men are garbage, they just, it don't matter then because all men are garbage. So what's the point of looking for one who's not? Like this is the best garbage I can get, or this garbage pays attention to me. You need to let them be aware. They should know, have experiences, and not be completely emotionally overtaken and manipulated by the first piece of cock they get, by the first boy they allow to go outside without your permission. All right. I just blocked them. You saw I blocked them. Messing with these corny men. Yes, we must practice self-love and we must embed it in our kid. I told you, I had a whole conversation with my daughter yesterday. I've been having it for a little while because again, I'm preparing to send her away to school, but just she's learning things. She's starting to notice boys. You know, you have to teach them how to do these things. If you don't teach them, they will walk into this world they are unprepared and ill prepared. Okay, they're ill prepared and gonna get ran over by the first boy who they think is cute, and they able to go out with and do things with or whatever without your freaking permission. That's the point of freaking allowing. That's the point of raising them. We can't just raise them to be, oh, you'll be smart, you'll be okay. We have to teach them how to maneuver relationships as well. You have to be honest with them and tell them even where you fucked up. Stop acting like being a single mother is the thing, or like, you know, just get a nigga who gonna get you pregnant because he ain't gonna be here anyway. They go garbage. That was your life. And then when your kid in that position, I just saw a video. I was gonna do it, but I was like, I ain't gonna do no sad shit. But I guess all of this stuff is sad. It was this girl who died delivering her 12th baby. Her 12th baby. Okay, and her mom is now taking care of all 12 children. Where the frick are the dads? Why is your daughter just pumping out baby after baby for random dudes? No one told her that she didn't have to do that. Shit, even if you want a bunch of, even if you want are the type of girl who, I don't want it, but want like a lot of kids. No one told her, cool, find you a great responsible man who want to have a big family, get married, and then you go out and pump out all your children for him. No one told her. Where are these children how many fathers are in these 12 children? How many? I don't even know how much baby daddy. I didn't even look into it because I was just, I saw it and I was like, I'm not doing this shit today. But how many fathers? Where are they? Where is it's how little value we have for ourselves and our vaginas. And no one told her that she didn't have to do this. That shit, if you want 85,000 children, cool. Find you some dude who wants 85,000 children, who works hard, who is going to be working, who is just going to be happy to run your motherfucking bathwater, and you go have his 85,000 children. But now, no, they're burdened on her old ass mama. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to go make me a sandwich. Okay, I got some garlic bread. I'm about to make me a what do you call it? I made me a grinder sandwich. I told y'all about that, but I didn't show y'all the grinder sandwich. I bought me some garlic bread the other day, and I'm like, I need to make the sandwich. So, like the soft, you know. So I'm about to make me a grinder sandwich, and then I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm going to show it to y'all on the IG and on the Twitter. So if you follow me on the IG and the Twitter, come watch my grinder sandwich. I might make a little thing for my stories here on my shorts here on YouTube, but it's going to primarily be on my IG. Okay, so come watch me make my little grinder sandwich. Let's see how we pull this shit together because I'm starving. I only had like 2 little scones earlier and I'm hungry. Yeah. Yes, I thought, yep. And he shouldn't have been. She should have had a little boyfriend in high school. She should have been able to have a little boyfriend or 2 in high school and know that it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You gotta have these fall apart moments in high school. You can't be having these shits. And I've known women who have gone through this shit as adults, and you see it. It's like them the ones who end up stuck, you know, and stuck with a man for like 10 years, who is garbage, who treating them like garbage, because now they don't even have the privilege of still being a teenager and living home with their parents. No, now they think they grown. They had a baby at 18, and now they attached to themselves to some grown ass 40-year-old freaking man or whoever year old man, thinking it's love when it's really puppy love that has gotten out of control, destroyed their whole life, destroyed their future. It's too many. That shit. Maury Povich is full of women like this. Full of them, fooled with them, throwing their whole life away. Why? How many girls y'all know? I know a couple got into Ivy League, got into some top tier, top 10 or top 20 school. Ain't go. Why? Because I don't want to leave my boyfriend. Boyfriend gone a couple of months later. He just was there to throw you off your game and to move the frick on. Don't get me started. The salmon was delicious. I ate the last bit of that last night. Yeah, and I made burgers. Y'all saw the burgers. I had the burger meat in there. I'm making beef. I have beef chunk. I still don't know what I'm making. I'm thinking about making beef stew. I don't know. I seasoned it. I'm not gonna cook it till tomorrow. I seasoned it last night. I'm gonna leave it seasoned for a day and a half or whatever. But I got that in the fridge. I'll probably cook that tomorrow. Don't even know what I'm making. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Yeah. It's all over TikTok. Somebody asked me what's the grinder sandwich. It's a sandwich. It's just a delicious sandwich with a bunch of shit in it. You got to do a bunch of stuff to it. Just check out my IG. I'm gonna see if I can do a step-by-step. I'm gonna see if I can record a step-by-step and post it on the channels. All right, because I've been doing that for the last couple of days. It's been fun. It's been cute. So I might, because I'm gonna make me a sandwich right now. So I might end up doing that. All right, but I'm done. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see if I come on later. You know what it is? It's like I don't be having much to talk about. I really don't be wanting to always talk about tragedy. You know, like today was a good day because we talked about breaking up and stuff. But, you know, a lot of the content we previously was making was a lot about tragedy. You know, I don't really want to focus too much on that not all the time. Right. So, yeah. So I'm going to get out of here. Of course, Bonnie, thank y'all all for coming. I thank you all for coming. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden. Y'all know the vibes. Because there's no other way to live it. Learn a lesson. You don't have to go through it. Just listen.